The challenge in life isn't to prove them wrong, it's to prove yourself right. Let me ask you a question. Who are you really trying to impress? Your friends? Your family? Your boss? Or is it really yourself? Think about it. Most people spend their lives trying to gain approval from others, seeking validation, chasing applause. And yet, the only person who truly matters, the only person whose opinion counts in the end, is the one staring back at you in the mirror. Here's the truth. Life doesn't care about your excuses. Life cares about your results. You can talk all you want about your potential. You can dream about what you'll become. You can make all the plans in the world. But until you act, until you show up for yourself, none of it matters. Proving yourself to yourself, that's the ultimate form of success. Not showing off to others, not seeking recognition, but standing tall, knowing you did what you said you would do. It's the quiet victories, the early mornings when no one sees, the hard choices you make when no one is watching, the discipline to push forward when it's easier to give up. That's the essence of proving yourself. And in this video, we're going to explore what it truly takes to honor your own potential, to stop living for everyone else, and finally start living for yourself. Because at the end of the day, the person you must convince first is the person you see in the mirror. Are you ready to take that step? Are you ready to stop making excuses? Are you ready to prove yourself to yourself? Let's begin. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Let me start by asking you a simple question. Who are you really living for? Is it for your friends, your family, your boss? Or are you living for yourself? Most people live their lives trying to impress others. They want recognition. They want approval. They want applause. And here's the truth, most never get it. Even if they do, it's fleeting. Approval is external. It comes and goes. It is unreliable. But one thing you can control is proving yourself to yourself. Proving yourself isn't about showing off. It's not about being better than anyone else. It's about being better than you were yesterday. We must all suffer one of two things, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. You see, the person in the mirror, that person knows when you've given your best. That person knows when you've taken shortcuts. That person knows when you've stayed disciplined and when you've wavered. When you prove yourself to yourself, you stop blaming circumstances. You stop waiting for the right moment. You stop hoping for luck. You take responsibility. Responsibility is the first step. It's uncomfortable. It's humbling, but it's powerful. Because when you accept responsibility, you realize that your success is in your hands. Your failures are your own doing, and your growth is completely within your control. Think about it for a moment. Every goal you've ever set, every dream you've held, every promise you've made to yourself has been testing you quietly. And the world doesn't care if you fail. The world doesn't pause for your excuses. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. So, proving yourself is not an option, it's a necessity. It's how you build self-respect. It's how you build confidence. It's how you take control of your life. Now, let's be clear. This doesn't mean life will be easy. It doesn't mean you won't face obstacles, setbacks, or criticism. It means you keep going anyway. It means you stay consistent, even when no one is watching. It means you honor the commitments you make to yourself. Here's the secret most people don't understand. The major key to your better future is you. You are the variable. You are the constant. You are the one person who can make the difference. Other people will doubt you. Other people will criticize you. Other people may even try to stop you. And you know what? That's fine. Because the only person whose opinion matters is the one you see in the mirror. Proving yourself to yourself is quiet. It doesn't happen on stage. It doesn't happen on Instagram. It happens in the mornings you wake up early. It happens in the hours you dedicate to learning. It happens in the decisions you make when no one else is looking. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Discipline is your daily proof. Each time you choose to do the hard thing, each time you show up, even when you don't feel like it, you're proving something. You're proving to yourself that you're capable. You're proving to yourself that you can handle challenges. You're proving to yourself that your word means something. And the beautiful thing? Once you start proving yourself, you stop needing external validation. You stop comparing yourself to others. You stop worrying about who's watching. Because you know the truth, you are enough. Your effort is enough. Your discipline is enough. And when you live that way, the results will follow. Success will naturally flow because you've built the foundation within yourself. So here's the challenge. Ask yourself right now, what promise have I made to myself that I haven't kept? What goal have I been avoiding? What fear is holding me back from proving my own worth? And whatever it is, start today. Take the first step. Do the thing you've been putting off. Show up for yourself, because life doesn't wait. Opportunities won't knock twice. But your chance to prove yourself, that's available every single day. Either you run the day, or the day runs you. Decide to run your day. Decide to run your life. Decide to show up for the person in the mirror. Prove yourself to yourself. And once you do, you'll realize that is the ultimate form of success. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. Let me tell you something most people never say out loud. Success is lonely. It's uncomfortable. It asks more from you than anyone else ever will. I remember when I first started, I thought success would be quick. I thought I'd see results immediately. I thought people would notice my effort. But it wasn't like that. I worked long hours. I made countless mistakes. I faced rejection more than I care to count. And no one cared. Not my friends. Not my family. Not even my colleagues. At first, I was frustrated. I thought, why isn't anyone noticing me? Then I realized the truth. Nobody owes you anything. You must prove yourself to yourself. That was the turning point. Success doesn't hand out trophies for effort. It rewards results. And results come from consistency, discipline, and persistence. Here's what most people don't understand. Hard work alone isn't enough. Talent alone isn't enough. Motivation alone isn't enough. What's needed is consistent action, even when you don't feel like it. So, what can you do today to start proving yourself? Practical steps. 1. Set one clear goal today. Don't overwhelm yourself with 10 goals. Pick one meaningful goal. Write it down. Promise yourself you'll take one step toward it today. 2. Commit to small daily actions. Big results come from small, consistent actions. Read a page. Make a call. Write a note. Every small step is proof you're serious. 3. Track your progress. Keep a journal or checklist. Nothing motivates more than seeing how far you've come. 4. Ignore external validation. Don't wait for applause. Don't measure yourself by others. Your results speak for themselves. 5. Embrace the discomfort. Growth never happens in your comfort zone. If it feels hard, it's working. I remember the first time I truly felt I was proving myself. It wasn't when someone praised me. It wasn't when I made money. It was the day I finished a long, hard project I thought I couldn't. I was exhausted, but I felt unstoppable. I looked in the mirror and knew I did this for me. That feeling, that sense of self-respect, it's what success really feels like. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. No one talks about the quiet moments. No one talks about the hours of work when no one's watching. But those hours, those choices, they make all the difference. So ask yourself today, what small action will you take that proves to yourself you're serious? What step can you take that nobody else will notice, but you will feel? Do that, then do it again tomorrow, then again the next day. Because that's the reality nobody tells you. Success isn't glamorous. It's disciplined. It's consistent. And it always starts with proving yourself to yourself. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly pushed yourself? Not for someone else, not for applause, but for you. Most people drift. They wait for motivation. They wait for inspiration. They wait for the right time. But here's the truth. The right time is now. If you want to prove yourself, you have to act. So I want to give you a simple challenge. 3 days. Just 3 days to take control, to show up, to prove something to yourself. Day 1. Discipline your morning. Wake up early, before the world distracts you, before excuses creep in. Spend the first hour of your day building yourself. Read, reflect, exercise, plan. I remember one morning when I decided to wake up before anyone else. I sat quietly, thinking, planning, writing. 3 hours later, I realized no one had noticed. No one had praised me, but I felt unstoppable. Practical step. Wake up 1-2 hours earlier than usual. Plan your day with one clear goal. Journal 3 things you will do just for yourself. Day 2. Take one action you've been avoiding. We all have that task. The one that scares us. The one we keep putting off. Most people avoid it. They complain. They make excuses. But the person proving themselves, they face it head on. I once delayed a tough conversation with a mentor for weeks. The fear of failure kept me frozen. The day I finally confronted it, it was uncomfortable. Yes, but I grew more in that 1 hour than I had in weeks of waiting. Practical step. Identify one task you've been avoiding. Commit to doing it today. Reflect on how it feels after completing it. Day 3. Reflect and take responsibility. This is the day to look in the mirror, to face yourself honestly. Ask yourself, did I show up? Did I take action? Did I push past fear and excuses? Most people skip this step. They blame others. They complain. They drift back into comfort. But proving yourself, it's about taking responsibility. Acknowledging what you did right. Admitting what you can improve. I remember the first time I truly held myself accountable. I didn't like what I saw, but I respected myself more than ever. Because I was honest. Because I didn't hide. Because I committed to improvement. Practical step. Spend 20 minutes reflecting on the last 2 days. Write down 3 wins. Write down 3 areas for improvement. Commit to one small action tomorrow. Here's the secret. 3 days might seem short, but focus for 3 days changes your mindset. It proves that you can show up. It proves that you can act. It proves that your word matters. Motivation is what gets you started. Discipline is what keeps you going. If you complete this 3-day challenge, you'll feel it. You'll feel that quiet power, that confidence that comes from showing up for yourself. And once you feel it, you'll want more. Because proving yourself isn't a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. It's a habit. It's the foundation of success. So start today. Take the challenge. 3 days. Show up. Act. Reflect. And remember, the only person you need to impress is the one staring back at you in the mirror. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Life has a way of testing us. It doesn't ask politely. It doesn't announce its challenges in advance. It throws obstacles, setbacks, and failures in our path. And here's the truth: most people give up. They see the first fall, the first rejection, the first disappointment, and they quit. But proving yourself to yourself, that requires resilience. It requires the ability to rise every time you fall. Let me tell you a story. Early in my career, I faced what seemed like an impossible situation. I had a goal. I had a plan. I believed in myself. But the world didn't cooperate. Opportunities slipped away. People doubted me. Mistakes were made. I felt crushed. I felt like quitting. I even asked myself, is this really worth it? And then I remembered something I learned long ago. The major key to your better future is you. No one else is going to do the work for you. No one else is going to lift you up. No one else is going to keep your dreams alive. You have to do it yourself. So I decided to rise. I decided to learn from every mistake. I decided to use every rejection as fuel, not as a stop sign. And that's what resilience is. Resilience is not just enduring. It's not just surviving. It's actively choosing to grow stronger every time life pushes you down. Failure is not a single cataclysmic event. You don't fail overnight. Instead, failure is a few errors in judgment, repeated every day. Every fall contains a lesson. Every setback is a teacher. Every mistake is an opportunity to get better. I remember a time when I faced a major business failure. It was public. It was embarrassing. It was financially costly. I had 2 choices. I could sulk and quit, or I could rise reflect, and rebuild, I chose to rise. I analyzed what went wrong. I made changes. I committed to never repeating the same mistakes. Months later, I turned it around. Not because life got easier, not because luck was on my side, but because I refused to be defeated. That's the essence of proving yourself to yourself. It's not about avoiding falls. It's about standing up every single time. It's about having the courage to face disappointment with determination. Practical steps to build resilience. 1. Embrace the setbacks. Don't fight failure. Study it. Ask, what can I learn from this? Reflect on the lesson before moving forward. 2. Break big problems into small wins. When life overwhelms you, focus on the next small step. Celebrate small victories. They build momentum. Momentum is the secret to recovering from setbacks. 3. Develop a daily growth habit. Commit to improving a little each day. Read, write, reflect. Small daily improvements create unstoppable resilience. 4. Surround yourself with positivity. Avoid negative people who drain your energy. Seek mentors, friends, or communities that lift you. Positive influence strengthens your inner resolve. 5. Reinforce your why. Remember why you started. Keep your goals and purpose clear. A strong why fuels your resilience when the going gets tough. I'll be honest, resilience isn't easy. It's exhausting at times. It's painful, but it's also transformative. Every time you rise after a fall, you gain confidence. You gain wisdom. You gain self-respect. And that is the ultimate proof of success. Because here's the reality most people don't face. Either you run the day or the day runs you. When you rise after a fall, you take control. You refuse to let circumstances dictate your future. You refuse to let fear or failure define you. I remember one of the hardest days of my life. I had faced repeated setbacks, and doubt was creeping in. I sat alone, reflecting on all I had tried and failed at. I realized something important. Every successful person you admire, they all fell. They all failed. They all faced rejection and disappointment. The difference is, they didn't quit. They got up. They proved themselves again and again until success was inevitable. Resilience is a choice, a daily decision. It's not an event. You choose to get up when you're tired. You choose to take another step when it hurts. You choose to keep going when everyone else has given up. Motivation is what gets you started. Discipline is what keeps you going. And resilience is the proof that discipline works. So, here's my challenge to you today. Think about the last time life knocked you down. Now ask yourself, what can I do right now to rise? What small step will I take to reclaim my momentum? Do it. Even if it's uncomfortable. Even if it's hard. Even if no one sees. Because proving yourself to yourself, it's not about the applause. It's about the inner victory. The quiet, unshakable confidence that comes from saying, I will not be defeated. I will rise. I will grow. I will succeed. Every fall is a chance to become stronger. Every setback is a lesson in disguise. And every time you rise, you are proving something crucial. You are capable. You are disciplined. You are unstoppable. Remember this. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. Rising after a fall is one of the most important disciplines of all. Take it seriously. Practice it daily, and you will never be defeated, not by life, not by failure, not by anyone. Resilience is not optional. It is essential. Rise again and again, because that is how winners are made. Motivation is what gets you started. Discipline is what keeps you going. If there is one truth about life, it is this. Success isn't a single moment. It isn't one big win. It isn't the applause of the crowd or the recognition of others. True success, the kind that lasts, the kind that gives peace, confidence, and satisfaction, comes from proving yourself every single day. Let me explain. I remember a time early in my career. I had big dreams, ambitious goals. I wanted more than what life seemed to hand me, but I wasn't a genius. I didn't have connections. I didn't have money. What I did have was a commitment to myself. I promised myself I would show up every day, no matter what. Some days I was tired. Some days I wanted to quit. Some days I doubted myself, but I kept my promise. And slowly, quietly, the results began to show, not in fame, not in money, not in recognition, but in the confidence I felt each day. I honored my word, in the sense of accomplishment that comes from showing up consistently, in the quiet knowledge that I am someone who can be trusted by myself. That is the ultimate reward. We must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. When you commit to proving yourself every day, you choose the pain of discipline. You wake up early. You do the hard work. You make the difficult phone call. You write the page, finish the project, or have the tough conversation. It's not glamorous. It's not instant. It's not easy. But here's the truth. The reward is far greater than the discomfort. You see, proving yourself every day builds character. It builds confidence. It builds self-respect. It teaches you that you are capable. It teaches you that you are strong. It teaches you that your word matters. And when your word matters to yourself, you become unstoppable. Let me tell you a story. I once had a period in my life when nothing seemed to go right. A business failed. A partnership dissolved. A plan collapsed. I could have quit. I could have blamed others. I could have let failure define me. But I made a choice. I promised myself that I would show up the next day. And the next, and the next. I started small. One call a day. One step a day. One decision at a time. And slowly, life began to respond. Not because the world changed. Not because circumstances were easier, but because I changed. I became a person who takes responsibility. I became a person who keeps promises. I became a person who proves themselves. That is the ultimate reward. It is a reward that no one can take from you. It is a reward that doesn't fade with time. It is a reward that grows stronger with each day you commit to it. Practical steps to prove yourself every day. 1. Start each day with intention. Write down one thing you will do today that proves your commitment to yourself. It can be small, but it must be meaningful. 2. Show up even when you don't feel like it. Discipline beats motivation. Your feelings will fluctuate. Your actions must remain consistent. 3. Reflect every evening. Take 5-10 minutes to review your day. Ask, did I honor my word? Did I prove myself today? 4. Celebrate small wins. Every action you take counts. Recognize the victories. No matter how small, they reinforce your commitment. 5. Commit to improvement daily. Identify one area to improve tomorrow. Consistency compounds over time, building momentum and strength. The beauty of proving yourself every day is this. It doesn't rely on others. It doesn't depend on luck. It doesn't wait for opportunity. You have complete control. Each day is a new chance, a new opportunity to show up, a new chance to honor your word. And when you live this way, you'll notice a transformation. Your confidence grows. Your self-respect deepens. Your life becomes predictable in the best way. Not predictable in circumstance. Not predictable in fortune. Predictable in results. Predictable in growth. Predictable in the proof you give yourself every day. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Discipline and daily action create a life you can respect. A life that feels strong, purposeful, and unstoppable. And here's the ultimate truth. When you prove yourself to yourself, when you honor your word every day, when you take responsibility and act even when it's hard, you no longer worry about what others think. You no longer depend on external validation. You no longer fear failure because you already know who you are. You already know what you're capable of. You already know that your word is your bond. That is the ultimate reward. It is the reward of confidence. It is the reward of self-respect. It is the reward of living intentionally. And the most incredible part, you don't have to wait. You can start proving yourself today, right now. Make one promise to yourself. Take one action to honor that promise. Reflect. Repeat. Do this consistently, and life will respond. Opportunities will open. Success will flow. Confidence will grow. And most importantly, you will have the peace and pride of a life lived with integrity, discipline, and purpose. The major key to your better future is you. You are your future. You are your results. You are your ultimate reward. Prove yourself every day. And the life you've dreamed of will be the life you've earned. My friend, at the end of the day, it's not about what people say about you. It's not about how many applauses you get or how many titles you collect. The real question is this: did you prove yourself to yourself? Did you keep your promise? Did you show up when it was hard? Did you follow the discipline when no one was watching? Because that is where success is born. That is where transformation begins. That is where the weak becomes strong and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Remember, the greatest victory is not over others. The greatest victory is over your own doubt, your own excuses, your own limitations. So as you leave this message today, don't just be inspired. Be committed. Don't just feel motivated. Take action. Starting tonight, decide who you will become, not for the applause, not for the approval, but for the person in the mirror who is waiting for you to finally rise. Because the day you prove yourself to yourself is the day your life will never be the same again. Your journey begins now. Go make yourself proud.